Hello there. Saturday today. I said we were going to pick the peas today. As you can see, they're well ready. So we've started. We'll fill at least 2, maybe 3 of these trucks full before the end of this little pick, and then we'll leave the smaller ones just to follow on, and so we'll get another pick on it later. The weather's living up to as it should. It looks like it's going to start raining now, but we'll have to continue now we've started. But they're coming very, very well. The pods are beautiful and thick. Very, very nice, these pods. Look at them. Very nice. And it's full. Hello everyone. Here we are, Tuesday evening now. The sun still very, very strong. If you are outside this week, especially this hot weather, make sure you cover yourself up with some cream or something. Right, what I'm actually doing, I have well watered these French beans, and because we're getting this drier weather, I'm putting a mulch on either side of them, look, like this. So it's just composted out the compost heaps. It's nearly rotten, and it'll do nicely just to keep the moisture in these beans, because they do like to be nice and moist at the foot. So we just go along. Just like that, look, just push them to one side and all the way along. Then what I do is I just rough it through, but you must make sure you've watered them well first. And there you are, you see, that'll give it a good covering, keep the moisture down there, and it will give them a bit of feed as well, and hopefully we'll have a good crop of French beans down here, as well as the crop that's in fruit net. So well, that's it for the beans for now. A beautiful day. Let's enjoy the evening. Right, that's that little job done. I'm just going into the fruit cage and pick a few strawberries for tea. That'll be nice, won't it? Okay. While we're down the garden, right down at the bottom now, this time of year you need to be looking over your plum tree and see if there's any silver leaf on it. Have a quick look round. Have a good look all underneath. Luckily we haven't got any on this one. If you do have silver leaf, it actually looks like silver leaf, so it's self-explanatory. If you see it, take it off, take it away, preferably burn it if you can. Don't compost it because you'll reintroduce it. So this one's fine. Right, this is well, there's 2 more plum trees here. I'll check them all while I'm down here, then I've got peace of mind that they have done it. I just go round, look at them all. That one's fine. I'm just checking this one over now. That one's fine. Towards the end of the month, or maybe the beginning of next month, we'll see how we go weather-wise and job-wise. We'll get these bands changed. As you can see, it's done a good job up to now this year, so we'll get those changed over ready for the autumn, because the codling moth and all sorts will be looking for somewhere to come up. Grease bands towards the end of the month, maybe beginning of next month. We'll fit it in with the jobs, but we will film it so you can see. But you can see with the health of the plants, it's well worth putting them on, so we'll put that down as a must-do job. Towards the end, beginning of next. Another little job while we're down here in the sunshine on the fruit trees is just to check to see if you've not got too much fruit on one bough. This side looks fine. Yes, a little bit of a problem just here, look, far too many apples just there, so we'll take some of those off. We'll take that one's got a bit of damage on it, so we'll take that off. We'll take this little one off as well. That's not going to make an apple. There's 4 there, looks far too many. We'll take. If they get too heavy, it'll just take the branch down and break it, and you'll get a little bit bigger apple as well. So That looks better on there. Just have a look round. That one's a bit heavy, look, let's take one of them off. That one's fine. That one's alright. That's the sort of spread you want. You don't want big piles of apples. Just take some of them off. That's it. They're fine. And that's it. That's another little job done on your walk round. Just keep your eye out for any shoots that you missed when you summer prune them. If you see them, just take them off now as you go. But that tree's now doing fine. It'll have a good crop of nice sweet eating apples, and that'll be fine. Hello. It's Wednesday today. We're expecting the storms, but then again maybe not. We don't know what's happening with the weather at the moment. We're just picking the next batch of peas. As they come ready, we'll keep picking. As you can see, there's a lot again. There's a lot to get to. They're still looking good. The thing is to get them picked and get them in the freezer, and then we can prepare the ground for the next crop. And we'll have to have a look on the board what we're actually going to plant here. So we'll get on and we'll talk to you later. We'll show you what we've got. Okay, we've just picked a few peas, as you can see, and we've been down the garden. We've got the daily courgette pick, a few potatoes for the housekeepers going, and I took this cauliflower. It's blown its band off the top. Remember when we put the bands on to hold them clean, to keep them clean? Well, it's blown that off, and it's got a little bit of purpling, but I'll send that up to the house and that can be cooked today and we'll eat that with dinner. It's not a loss, but it just doesn't look so well. As you can see, there's still some peas to go, but we'll use these that we've done for freezing, and any that we get now we'll do it for house use. While I'm on this patch, this was the onion patch. We've harvested nearly all the onions, still a few left. As it becomes available, I've looked on the board in the shed. It tells me that this ground here will crop the brassicas next year. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to prepare this ground now with lime, etc., for the brassicas, and then the winter brassicas, that, you know, the winter cauliflower and sprouting, etc., we're going to put in, we'll put in this bed. By next year it's in the correct bed for when the rotation starts, else we'll have broccoli in the bed that we need to put the potatoes in. So we're going to put them in here ready for the rotation. Okay. Hello everyone, just taking a few more cuttings. Now's your time to take your dianthus or pinks, carnations, garden pinks, whatever you want to call them, but they are dianthus, all the same family. I've just nipped round and I've just picked some cuttings from anywhere. I've tried to get an even batch, so if I do all that I'll have even numbers of the colours. The other one we're going to do is this fuschia. It's called Mrs. Popple, one of the old-fashioned fuchsias. This is very, very hardy though, and so I thought I'd take a few and show you how to do the hardy fuchsias as well as the dianthus. The other thing we're going to do is the hop. The unique thing about hops, if you touch them, they're very sticky stem. They've got little tiny burrs on them. That's how they climb up through all the bushes and trees and hedgerows. My daughter, who is a florist, uses a lot of her hops, not like this, but when they've got actually the hops fruits hanging on. She uses a lot, and she's asked me to propagate this one so she can have her own stock instead of buying in every time, because evidently it's quite expensive to buy for florists. So we'll start. I've done one already. We'll get We'll get 2 cuttings out of this. We are a little bit late doing this. It'd be nice to do it early spring, but we'll have a go. It's just our normal way of doing cuttings, not like we normally do. I won't cut the leaves off on these because we'll try and keep them moist. A little bit of the powder. Don't forget, don't put your powder straight from the pot. Always have it in a. And the compost we're using is peat-free compost mixed up with horticultural sand and horticultural grit till it's a really gritty compost. And if you want to do dianthus, you must have a gritty compost anyway, but the normal gritty compost, anything or root in it, that's quite good, that is. Let's take this other hop. It's so sticky, it's unbelievable. Take the bottom off like we normally do, and then we're just going above this now and take the thing. We can't do anything with that. It is strange with it being sticky. Right, there's the cutting. A touch into there, not too much, and then we'll pop it in there. I'll only do 4 because I think we're a bit late for those, but let's do the fuchsias. Now those people that like the fuchsias and they like to grow them up as standards, Mrs. Popple's a good one to take up. But any fuchsia you want to take up as a standard, look for the branch on the fuchsia that's got 3 leaves on. Most have got 2, but the odd branch will have 3. That makes a better standard because once you get it high enough, you can have 3 breaks. So, and if you do it over 2, you can have 6 breaks, and you get a better head. So we'll take this. I've took some already. So again, pretty straightforward cuttings like we normally do, like that, look, and straight across the bottom of that one, and this one, I'll turn it round so I can show you. We'll just do it at an angle because it's easier. Again, I'm not going to cut the leaves on these. I'm going to put them in one of those boxes. One of those plastic top boxes would be plenty for these. The fuchsias we did last time when we did the cuttings, and now I've took the tops off because they're so high. I'll show you that next time down the garden. Let's just do this other one. We won't use that, look, because it's a bit too flimsy on the top. Now if it's got flowers on, always go for a side shoot if possible, because you'll find that there's not so many flowers on them. So we'll take those off anyway. It'll try again to flower before it roots anyway, so but it'll be alright. So let's take these off. You see there's shoots here, so if I wanted I could split that down to 3 and have 3 where I've got a leaf and that little bit, and that would take a cutting as well. Yeah, so we'll just cut those off, look. And see, and just cut that straight like that, and then you see this one's actually got four breaks on it to make an excellent standard. There you go. That's unusual to have 4 on. Again, into the, and that's the last one of those. Deep, but don't put it on the bottom of the pot, else it won't root at the bottom. Right, now your pinks. That's just been where I've gone round the secateurs and taken it off the main plant, so the bottom one's squaring first. Look, square the bottom off, and then just part those leaves and cut that like that. Take that off. Now that's it. It's quite simple. Make sure you got a good open compost like we've got here, and that'll be alright. A little bit on there, look. And then into there, and just tight but not too tight. That'll hold it nicely. You can see where I've taken it off with the secateurs. Obviously the secateurs are a squeezing cut, so we need to just neaten that up like that, you see. Oh, that's opened out, that's fine. So we'll take the next one off, yeah? Just open that up there, you see? Just open that up. We'll cut that off like that. So we're nice and square at the bottom, and we're taking a couple of leaves off. That will root quite easily in there. The compost, as you can see, has been very well wetted before I started because it's so warm. We'll take another hop to finish that. It's going to be, as you can see, it's going to be a very long cutting, this one. We'll try this a different way. Let's have a go and see what we can do. We just take off there, look, like that. And we'll take one leaf off. It's worth a try. And then pop that in there, like that. So I shall continue and finish these dianthus. I've took the cuttings, I won't waste them now, and a nice cool afternoon with the flowers. I don't know if you can see the flowers that my wife's done behind me, very nice. We will take you around at some stage so you can see these displays. They're quite nice. I dealt to you now. Okay, so I'll finish these and then I'll see you next time. Alright then, bye now. Hello everyone, just doing a bit of deadheading. You have to keep the deadheads coming off just to keep the flowers coming through. It's quite a job, but we'll just do a few more and then we'll come. As you can see, it's quite a bit. You have to keep the deadheads down so we can keep the flowers coming through. When you're doing the fuchsias, if you keep your eye out for the seed pods coming on, if you can take them off before they turn black, you will keep flowering for longer. They won't keep flowering, but they'll keep flowering for longer. The other ones, the petunias, you have to keep taking, that's why you have a damp cloth, because petunias are sticky to your hands when you do it. The other thing, just be aware, there could be bees on these flowers as well, so they don't like having the bum squeezed. They'll probably sting you. When you get geraniums, you must keep up with those, because once these heads are gone, that's not quite gone, is it? Once heads are gone, they'll set seed very quick, and the heads will look very messy. That head will turn completely brown soon. I'll get that next time round. On your impatiens or busy lizzies or whatever you want to call them, if you just pull the dead flowers off, you'll see there's a seed head that will come perhaps in a little while. Try and take the seed heads, there's they are. Not try and take the seed heads as well, and then they'll keep flowering, or they'll flower for longer anyway. It's quite a job to keep up with, but it's well worth it. That one will take. Your geraniums, look, follow it all the way down and just click it, and the whole thing will come off. You see, it's had finished, look. So that's how you do. Geraniums, don't just break the top off, follow it, click it. Another one there, look, that's finished, that pink one. All the way down to the bottom, just click it and it'll come off the main stem. Keeps them cleaner as well. This is another petunia. I'll just see this flower here is about finished, so we'll take that off. I go to the back of these and just nip them. You see, just nip them off. And this is where you want the cloth, because these gets quite sticky. And just go over the bush. There's no need to do it. If you do it regular, you'll not get so many. If you leave them, you'll be there for hours. So it's just a little job you do and just keep up. The other thing is, while you're watering, is just nip the old top off as you go round watering. Don't forget to feed once a week this time of year. Get them full on. The other thing I want to mention quickly, my wife keeps a little bowl of water out the front here, just under the bushes. At night, we hear a lot of rustling and we look out and there's a couple of hedgehogs having a drink of water. We don't actually feed them, but we do put water out for the animals at night, and it's a thing we ought to be thinking of. But that's just an ongoing. We do have a squirrel comes for a drink as well, so it's nice to know that in this dry weather at least some of the wildlife's getting a drink. So we'll do this bed over here. We'll just quickly do over this one. Just follow these down and click them. Look. Quite simple. There you go. Another one there. Look, we'll take that one. That one. Follow it down and just click it. There, off it comes. There's no real more here. Look, this one's finished completely. There you go, that one's finished completely. Look, we need to get rid of those. Another one there. They'll be sending some more flower heads up straight away. Little job to keep up with over the weeks. Obviously, see any bad leaves, take those as well while you're doing it. It's just ongoing maintenance with the flowers, but that's no problem at all. Keep those looking nice. It's Friday again today. It's another beautiful day. We did have a little bit of rain in the night, which I ordered a little bit of rain in the night. We didn't get enough, but I ordered a little. So we got a drop of rain. That's done wonders down at the veg garden. The harvest is going well. We're getting the crops up. My wife's blanching them, putting them in the freezer ready for the winter. By the time we get the beans and the cauliflowers this next week or so, I think the freezers will be full. We'll have to have a look through, see if we can repack them, make more room if anything else comes along. But it's looking very good. We're having a very good year, and we're, well, vegetable wise for the winter anyway. We just hope we get a good potato crop at the end of this. Right, so it's Friday, so that's it for this week. Have a nice weekend, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Alright, bye now.